Join us in Season 6 as we travel some of the Karoo regions of South Africa. In this episode, we travel through the Roggeveld Karoo, the Koup Karoo and the Great Karoo regions. Exploring the Roggeveld, we drive a 196-kilometer track looping back to Sutherland for the second night. We then move further south over Rammelkop Pass via Karoo, Merweville into the Koup Karoo, eventually ending up at the Karoo National Park in the Great Karoo. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. So the route for today, what we're going to do is a small loop. The loop I intended was to go right down through the Karoo to Laingsburg and then back up again to Sutherland on the tar from Maatjiesfontein. You turn right and go up to Sutherland. But what I've decided to do is, instead of doing that all the way to Laingsburg, because it's a very slow, very rough road, Karoo is a very technical road, so it might take the whole day just to get to Laingsburg. So what we're going to do is cut it short. I'm going to switch across to the screen recording now. So we're going to leave Sutherland on this purple line and go into the Klein Roggeveld area, which is also part of the Karoo. It's part of the Karoo Highlands because we're still up on the plateau. So we're going to go all the way through the Klein Roggeveld area and then join up with the Karoo, and we'll do the first section. There's several sections and there's many farm gates in Karoo, but there's also lots of low-level river crossings too, and bridges that sometimes flood across with mud. So it could be quite an interesting route today, given the fact that there was this big storm yesterday. And then we'll cut across to the tar road, the R354, and that's going to bring us back to Sutherland. So I'm probably going to reinflate tires again after the gravel when we hit the tar 354. And this whole route's 196 kilometers, 3 hours 40. It's quite late now, about 9:30, so we're going to do the shorter loop and come back for lunch. The name Karoo itself reflects the turbulent history of the 18th century, stemming from the violent conflicts between European settlers and the San or Khoi inhabitants, who were defending their grazing lands. There are over 160 wind turbines in the Karoo Highlands area, and this number is still growing. Once all the turbines are operational, it will have the capability of generating an estimated 590 gigawatts for the national power grid. You'll find these old buildings on the side of the road, and typically you can tell their age just from the kind of stonework. Now in the 1800s, a lot of the old farms, they were simply just packed rock, just absolutely slabs of rock just packed. They did have a mud type of mortar in them, but over the hundreds of years, of course, that's all washed out, leaving just the blocks themselves, and then some of them were repurposed later and refurbished, and you can see different building techniques on them, but this one definitely looks like it's an old farmhouse from the 1800s. Arriving back in Sutherland, we settled in for a cozy night at die Boergat self-catering cottage. So we're back on the road again this morning. Today we're going to be going from Sutherland on one of the back roads right down through Merweville. I'm going to cut across to the screen recording on the trip planner and show you which roads we're going to take. But our destination today is the Karoo National Park near Beaufort West. So Beaufort West will be a fuel stop and some groceries for the 3-night stay in Karoo National Park. There is a 4x4 trail there that I'm interested in doing, as well as the usual game drives. So that's something that we have been looking forward to.
We have booked 3 nights at the Karoo National Park, and for those of you that have been following us for a while, you'll know that we have just had no luck at all in ever seeing cats. So we are hoping that on these 3 days, or within these 3 days, we'll have some sort of sightings. Otherwise, it's a beautiful park. We were last there about 2 years ago, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's go across to the map right now. I want to run over the route. So we're going to take the gravel roads right the way down and through and over Rammelkop Pass, and Rammelkop Pass will take us down into Merweville. I don't need any fuel, and then we will continue on the gravel roads up towards the 353. That pretty much takes us all the way where we come out just before Beaufort West. So minimal N1, back gravel roads the whole day, and then we're in the park for 3 days. So hopefully the timing will be right, that we'll be in the park at the correct check-in time. Rammelkop Pass is spectacular to say the least, and we had to stop to take in the views. The pass is only 2.6 kilometers and partially paved in steep sections and is still in reasonable condition. 4x4 is not required for climbing up the pass, but in wet conditions it's strongly recommended. The pass often experiences high snowfalls in winter. There are some sections of the pass which have a negative camber to the edge side, so if it's snowing, this could be an extremely dangerous pass. It's not recommended to drive this pass in snowy conditions. Being so remote with zero cell phone reception, the chances of getting help in this isolated part of the Karoo Highlands are slim to none. Merweville was founded in 1904 on the Van der Bales-Krol farm and named after Reverend P. van der Merwe, a minister in the local church. The Dutch Reformed Church is the town's central landmark, and it was built in 1906 and overlooks the town's Edwardian-style homes and flat-roofed cottages. There are a few shops and a local restaurant and farm stall called Die Boek Club, named after the popular Afrikaans TV series Die Boek Club. The town has its own fuel station, but is closed on Sundays, so plan for this if passing through on weekends. The gravel roads running from Merweville adjacent to the N1 are in great condition, and you can easily drive at 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. We plan to have a lunch stop and stock up on supplies in Beaufort West for the next 3 nights self-catering in the Karoo National Park. One of our favourite eateries in Beaufort West is the 4 Sheep restaurant at the Astron fuel stop in the northern part of Beaufort West. The Karoo National Park is 750 square kilometres and is situated in the Great Karoo just outside Beaufort West on the N1. It features dramatic arid landscapes, dolerite cliffs, and its popular 300 million year old fossil records, with an interpretive fossil trail close to the chalets. The park has various fully equipped air-conditioned self-catering Cape Dutch-style cottages and 24 campsites for campers and caravanners, with communal ablutions and kitchen facilities. The park hosts 57 mammal species and over 200 bird species. It's one of the best locations to spot the rare Cape Mountain zebra and the klipspringer. The park is home to a predator population of approximately 14 lions, as well as brown hyena, black-backed jackal and rooikat. We had booked 3 nights in the Karoo Rest Camp chalets facing the mesmerizing dolerite cliffs of the Neverveld Mountains. The abundance of game making their way to the waterhole at the restaurant made it really easy to film directly from our patio, although I did need to use the big zoom lens, zoomed into a maximum of 900 millimeters. Join us in the next episode as we explore the Karoo National Park in search of the big cats and any other game we could find.